In this video I am going to transform this photo into a Pirate of the Caribbean theme photo manipulation. This photo cosplays belong to one of the best Arab YouTuber and content creator called Fareed under the name of Fareed XCX on YouTube. I saw this photo on his Instagram account, so I emailed him and I took the permission to create this Photoshop manipulation video for you guys. Well, let's stop talking and run this video. First, like it's obvious, I am going to extract the body from this green background. I've tried to extract it using color range tool and the quick selection tool, but this doesn't work perfectly, so the pen tool is the perfect choice for this case. Then I choose this background for this photo compositing, and I think this will be the perfect choice for the idea I got. Then using the color balance adjustment layer, I changed the tone and colors of this background to make it warm and orangey themed. After this, I added this small boat to the scene and I've tried to work it to achieve the best shape according to the perspectives of this composition. Then I came back to our main character and match his color with the background using color balance adjustment layer. After this, using brightness and contrast adjustment layer, I decreased the values a little bit according to the background, and by adding exposure adjustment layer, I decrease also the exposure and increase the offset, because the photo is so much contrasty and sharp and this does not match with our scene. After this, like it's obvious, I did the same thing with the boat and I paint the base highlights on some parts. Here I just add an empty layer and paint some haze to make the ship in the background appear further away in a misty atmosphere. After this, using hue and saturation adjustment layer, I create the highlights on the body of our character. This took me so much time to create it, taking into consideration I am working on a realistic Photoshop manipulation style and it's hard to make it look like natural, at least at my skills level. At this point, it's time to fix the hair, and for this case I will recommend you guys a really powerful tool, at least for me and for people using a mouse, which is the smooch tool. You can really create a beautiful hair painting taking your time doing this. Just I want to show you a photo I painted with the mouse before I create this YouTube channel using the smooch tool and brush. This will be easier if you are using graphic tablet, of course, and this is just a tip for mouse users. You can even practice this technique using solid color on an empty layer. Well, going back to our boat and paint more highlights using hue and saturation adjustment layer on some areas. After this, I added a curve to fix the bottom part of his legs because it should be darker and more contrasty there. Also, I increased the blue channel to add the bluish tone to the shadows on this area, and I did the same thing on the boat. To make it easier for you and see the contrast and brightness values better, you can add a gray solid color on top of layers from time to time and change the blend mode to color or hue blend mode. Well, at this point I added this beautiful parrot on his hand because I think it will be fit for this compositing. First, I've tried to find the perfect position for it, and I did some work for the feathers to create the shape I wanted. Then I followed the same process I did before with other objects, which is fix the highlight, shadows, brightness, contrast and offset values. Here I choose another boat photo and I use the reflection part of it for our photo manipulation. After this, I added another hue and saturation adjustment layer to paint more highlights reflection on his face. For this case, I changed the blend mode to divide, open the layer style box and use the blend depth option under layer and break it apart to create a smooth transition of highlights on his bright part of his face. In the end, I finished this compositing with a sun rays overlay, change the blend mode to screen and add a camera raw filter, and there you go, the final result. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts or feedbacks, and if you enjoy my video or you learned something from it, a sub to the channel would be a great support for me to keep creating and deliver something better in the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, stay positive, keep creating, and I hope I will see you in the next video.